Welcome to the Swam podcast. I'm today's host, Coleman Hodges. Joining us today, he is the first 18 and under man in history to swim under the 59-second barrier in the 100-meter breaststroke, touching at 58.9 at the 2025 U.S. trials, where he won the 100 breast and the 50 breast to qualify for his first world championships in Singapore. He went on to the world championships to win a bronze medal as a part of the 4x100 medley relay. Today, we're sitting down with Campbell McKean. Campbell, thanks so much for joining us. How's it going?
Yeah, of course. Glad to be here.
This episode of the Swam podcast is sponsored by Commit Swimming, SwimSwam's exclusive team management software partner. Since 2015, Commit has been providing coaches with swimming's leading workout management software. And now, Commit has team management software too. Commit wants to help you make the switch from Team Unify to a simpler, more powerful solution. Their onboarding and customer service team will walk you through every step of the way. Check them out at commitswimming.com to book your demo today. That's COMMIT swimming.com. Am I saying your name right? Is it McKean or is it McCain?
Uh, my family pronounces it McCain, but I've gotten a bunch of different pronunciations throughout my life, so I'm kind of used to just hearing
Okay.
whatever.
McCain. How
Okay.
what's the strangest pronunciation you've gotten?
I think McKean is like the one that like sticks out because like I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's I mean, and that's funny to me just because in swimming we have some pretty prominent McKeans and
Yeah,
it's spelled very differently. But okay. Campbell McCain. I'm so glad to have you on. I'm really excited to talk to you about a lot of things. For right now, you just moved to Austin. You're getting started with your freshman season at the University of Texas with Coach Bob Bowman and everyone at the Texas staff. How has your transition to Austin been so far?
I think it's great. I love it. Getting back into practice after a little break was a little difficult, but I'm adjusting well now. Um, Classes are not too hard right as of right now, but I know they'll probably take a toll on me later on in the season. But yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah, yeah, that's great to hear. So I mean, so far, obviously, you're just getting into practices, but do you notice a significant difference between what you were used to in Bend and what the practices have looked like at Texas so far?
Yeah, for sure. Way more. I mean, my coach last year is very prominent with like making us kick a lot. So I was kind of well adjusted, but I feel like I'm doing way more kicking here. And I'm not the best kicker, so it's kind of a struggle. But yeah, I mean, we were eating into it the past 2 weeks, so it wasn't too bad at first. I mean, obviously the sets were hard, but I've never really started the short course season with like long course mixed in there, so that was something different. Yeah, but I think it's great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm excited to hear a little bit more about that, but I want to get to this summer, and I guess just to your season overall. You got a new coach this season, right? In Jim Nickel at
Yeah.
Bend Swim Club. Just starting this season, maybe going back a year even, when Jim came in, what did you have any expectations for what that would look like for your training or how you wanted your senior season to go?
Um, I wasn't that like nervous about it because I had the same coach for 2 years, like freshman and sophomore year, and then she left, and then we got an interim coach. So I've had like three coaches throughout my high school season. So I was pretty well adjusted to getting new coaches, and I feel like if I just do what they told me to do, I felt like I was fine. So I wasn't like that like scared or anything about it. But yeah.
Did uh, did anything strike you about Jim or his coaching style kind of right off the bat as the season started?
Um, Not really. I mean, I'd say it was pretty general coaching. Uh, I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. Um, I don't think I was very used to like doing like a lot of aerobic work. I mean, it was always on the same day, like Monday afternoon, but like I think that's kind of what stuck out to me, getting that aerobic base in, which I really only had that like through doing like long IM sets. So just doing like aerobic free was definitely a change.
Had you, I mean, I'm going through your best times now, and specifically in yards, you've always been a pretty versatile athlete. 47.5 in the 100 back, 46.4 in the 100 fly, 141.1 in the 200 IM, 51 in the 100 breast. So you've got all your strokes. Is IM something you've always trained throughout high school?
Yeah, IM was yeah for sure, definitely always working that in there, and I feel like training all the strokes definitely helped me like progress in each individual stroke, if that makes sense. Like I'm not like just training one specific stroke for weeks on end. I'm doing all of them, and that kind of builds through the other strokes. And I feel like I did IM work last year, but I feel like going into like nationals or like worlds, I just focused on breaststroke because I was swimming breaststroke. But like I almost felt like the IM work definitely helped like going throughout the season.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and even, you had a great yard season, you go a lot of best times. And then you kind of move on to the long course season. And how did you and your coach, just for specifically for US trials, decide to narrow it down to those breaststroke events to focus on, when you had so much success in so many different events?
I think just based on how much time I dropped the past like 2 years just in the 100 breast, like I was like I was like 104 in like 2023, and I was like 101 the next year, or maybe it was 2022. I don't know. But I think just having that and then having a good like junior nationals, and obviously I had a good IM and the two IM, four IM, but I feel like having a good breaststroke in the 100 breast and 200 breast kind of set me up. And we obviously focus on trials, but like my last taper meet before trials was junior nationals, like fully tapered. So I think just having that large time we could focus on the breaststroke.
Do you have a long course pool in Bend?
Yeah, our pool switches to long course, but it didn't switch to like uh long course training until like late February or mid February. Late February. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. February. So you were able to get in a really solid block of long course training
Yeah,
leading up to trials.
yeah. I
And
mean,
what
I
did
think it was only like 3 days a week or like three practices a week, which is enough.
yeah, apparently it worked. What were you focusing on those days where you were specifically doing long course? Were there certain things you and your coach were trying to hit?
Uh, yeah, for like I think it was like Thursday mornings. It was that right. I don't know if we started it before Fort Lauderdale Pro Series or after. But we did this bungee set every Thursday morning. It was like hitting like pace and tempo while doing also like chords. And I feel like I think that was like the only like set we like repeated with
Where
long
you
course.
were where you were being assisted by the chords, or was it
No,
rigid?
I would do resisted like pulling, kicking, and swimming, and then in between like the resisted kick, I'd do like 50s on a minute at like one point. It was like 2.1 tempo, trying to hit 38, and then I do like resisted kick, and I do 50s on the minute, trying to go 36 at 1.8 tempo, and then I'd swim resisted, and then I'd try to go. I think it was like it's just as fast as I can at like 1.2 or 1.1 tempo.
And what were you hitting on those 50s?
Uh, I think like 31, 30, maybe 32 at the slowest.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty good. Well, how many
Yeah.
50s would you do per chunk?
I think it was like 8 on 2.1, and then some. I mean, at the most we would do like 8 on 2.1, 8 on like on the 1.8, and then I think we did like maybe 4 max at 1.2. Maybe it was max of 250s. I can't remember.
So then the 1.2 stroke rate was that supposed to be emulating 100 speed?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Just
gotcha.
setting that base speed.
Yeah. Yeah. So then when you at trials, when you were 58.9, what did you come home in? You
I
remember?
think I think I was like 31.3.
Okay. Hold on.
I might
Let
have been
me
31.9.
let me pull it up. All right, there's the 50. Here's the 100. Okay, so coming home when you went 58.9 to win trials, 31.29. Right there.
31.3.
Okay, 31. Yeah, basically 31.3. Um, nice. So obviously that worked and was pretty directly applicable. Um, but then going into trials, you had some serious speed. Could you feel a big meet happening for you at that competition?
Yeah, like I had pretty high expectations after Fort Lauderdale and placing good there and dropping time there. So I felt good going in, and I feel like I could do something and make myself known, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely had high expectations.
Yeah. Uh, and so the 50s first, um, was it easier having the 50 breast be first in that competition?
Uh, I think so. Like looking at the like larger picture, because I had the two press the day before. We were like, me and my coach Jim were like a little skeptical, and like I was skeptical at least. Like I don't know if I could do the 200 breast because like it's kind of a big switch between the 200 and the 50.
Yeah.
But I think it was good that I did the 200 because I got my breaststroke in in the race mode, I guess. And so I think having the 50 also kind of set me up for the 100 because I could like see out where I was and how fast I really needed to like open up on the 100.
Yeah. What what was your reaction to winning the 50? Especially, in a pretty loaded field with a lot of significantly older guys. You come in guns blazing 26.90, get your hand on the wall and win your first national title.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised myself. I was I remember being super nervous going into it and like stressing about it. And like, I mean, obviously Michael and I tied in the morning, and that kind of set the tone for me at night. And it's like, I kind of just went for it. I don't know. I, I can't really remember. I mean, I know I was excited for sure.
So you did all this training for the 200 speed for 100 speed. Was there anything you were focusing on or just tried to emulate, even leading up to the 50 during warm up, maybe even right before the race? Like, what do I hear you. You just went for it, but what do you have any sort of strategy, even technique wise, in a 50 breast?
I mean, not really. I kind of went for it. I just like, which I just like try to go high tempo as I could. I think my tempo was like 0.95, I think. I think that was like the average throughout the whole 50. Um, Obviously timing's very important, but I feel like when I'm training for the 100, that's kind of already there when I'm at that like 1.1 tempo, 1.2.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, so it worked. You get your hand on the wall first in the 50. You're on the world champs team. Does that ease the tension or ease the stress heading into the 100?
Um, I wouldn't say it. No, I wouldn't say it eased the stress because, like, I think going into me, I was way more focused on the hundred since like they just out of the 50s, so I kind of felt like the hundred was an actual event. So I kind of wanted to see what I could do in the hundred. So I was definitely I was still super nervous going into the hundred because like that was my main goal to like do something.
Yeah. And then do you remember anything from that final race?
I remember my coach and I like going over my race from the morning and realizing that I was just out too slow and I needed to like pick up my tempo throughout the whole race because like that first 50 in the morning was just not where I needed to be. I think I was like 1.4 tempo. I was just like too slow. And but my second 50 was fine in the morning. And then I kind of again I just went for it at night. Obviously still tried to be like super light and like not not waste my energy. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Was Jim surprised by either of these swims?
No, I think he predicted I was gonna go 58 something. I think it was like 58 high. Like I think I was after it was like beginning of April. He predicted that I was going to be there. Um, I think both my parents predicted I was going to go 58.9 too. So that was I don't know. That's funny.
Do how involved or how knowledgeable are your parents on swimming? I mean, they obviously know a bit if they're saying you're going to go 58.9.
Yeah. Both of them swam in college at the University of Arizona. So I little I and both my I have two older brothers and they both swam in college or one still swims in college. So my whole family's swimming. So uh, yeah, they're pretty knowledgeable on what swimming's like.
Yeah, they've been around the block.
Yeah,
Uh, okay, so that's cool. Did your parents swim for Frank? Frank
yeah,
Bush?
they're
Bush
really good
Mountain?
friends with Frank.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
So they were, yeah, that was a good that was a pretty historic era of Arizona swimming.
yeah.
And so was your family, I'm guessing they were at trials. What was it like, getting to react with them after winning two national titles?
Uh, it was just me and my dad there, so I mean it was so fun. I think after the meet we went out to dinner to like celebrate and stuff, so that was nice. Um, but, like we didn't really celebrate too much, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've still got a lot of swimming to go. Is this the
Yeah.
first national title of the family?
Yes. My mom went to Olympic trials. I think it was 92 and 96, but she did not win, obviously. I don't mean that in a bad way, but
Yeah,
yeah.
hey, facts are facts.
Yeah.
It's okay. So now you can lord over your family. I'm the
Yeah.
only one with the
Basically.
national title. That's great. Are you the youngest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Youngest and most accomplished at national level. That's great. So coming back to Bend after the US trials you had, how were you feeling and how did you then start preparing for world champs?
Uh, I mean, I was feeling pretty excited. I was a little nervous because like I didn't know what to expect going into World Championships. Definitely super excited for like the whole trip and all. And then I think I took like a day and a half off, and we just went straight back into it. Obviously, eased into it a little bit. Um, but no, we went straight back to training and preparing. Definitely different sets. I did IM training, but like I think I was a little more breaststroke bait focused going into it, especially at the training camp in Thailand.
Yeah, so let's talk about training camp in Thailand. What was that experience like for you? Just, getting to be at a camp with Team USA, which is a big experience.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. The resort was nice. Um, having just watching like everyone else train at the same time and seeing everyone do their own sets was awesome. I was a little bummed because I was still training by myself. It was just me and my coach just grinding out breaststroke sets, and I was a little bored and not really as motivated as I would be if like I had someone doing it with me. But I thought it was super fun.
Why didn't you get to swim with anyone else? Why'd you have to go solo?
Uh, I don't know. I think well, Josh had Ray there to do his breaststroke sets too, and then Michael had Herbie, and then AJ. I don't know what AJ did. He was two breaststroke, so like he couldn't really do my breaststroke sets. I mean, he could, but like I don't know how much they'd benefit him.
Fair enough. And how was it just having your coach get to be there as well and be there with you for the whole camp and world's experience?
Yeah, I was super thankful because last year at Junior Pan Packs, I didn't have my coach there because he was still an interim coach, so he like wasn't official. So it was kind of hard for me there to like try to time my taper just through sets he's sending me and like knowing what he needs out of me or what I need to put into the set. So I was super thankful to have my coach at the training camp and Worlds because like we could talk about practices and how I'm looking throughout taper. So that was really nice.
Did this taper feel similar to the taper for worlds for US trials?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I felt really good throughout taper. I think it was like the same length taper throughout between nationals and worlds. Um, I don't. I think the training was a little different, like with what sets I was doing and all that. Because like before nationals, I was training with my club team, so I had to like work around them, which was fine. Um, but I think having I don't know, it was a little different. But I also didn't really feel like I was going into like a big meet like I did at nationals. I didn't really have any expectations. My first international meet, I didn't really know what to expect, so I didn't really have any pressure on myself. So it didn't feel like I was going to be racing at a world stage.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I felt a little off because I wasn't nervous, but
yeah, no, that's, I mean, that's anytime you can not put pressure on yourself, it's not maybe not the worst thing, but
yeah,
um, we have to ask everyone, did you get sick?
I did get sick.
What was that
I
like?
think I was on the more uh bad. I got the worst part of it, not the worst, but like out of anyone. But like I think I lost like 15 pounds. I think. Um, I didn't realize I lost 15 pounds until the end of the meet because I didn't weigh myself. Um, so I wasn't really having that much fun. It was like I didn't have to stay back in Thailand another day, so that was nice. But I was didn't feel the best going in when I got to Singapore and all going into the meet. But it happened, so can't stop that.
Yeah, I mean, and I would imagine it doesn't sound like fun, right?
No,
How long were you actually experiencing symptoms?
it was like almost 12 hours to be like exactly. I think
Okay,
I started feeling sick like early early morning, and then I didn't like actually get symptoms until like 4 in the morning, and then I stopped at like 3 4 in the afternoon.
okay,
So that was nice.
okay. So, but and then the rest of the time, did you feel like you were playing catch up during the actual world's meet?
Yeah, like I was not I ate the next day after I got sick, but it wasn't very much. And I swam the next day, and then I was kind of just not eating a lot, even like going to the race day. Even after race day, I was like I didn't have any appetite. I didn't want to eat. I was trying to drink a bunch of electrolytes and like refuel myself, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's tough. But then you end up, I mean, you're racing at least 6 days, right?
Yeah, something I've never really experienced, like racing the first day and then the last day of an 8-day meet. So that was a little different.
Right. I mean, how do you feel like you were able to manage that? Because I mean, you were putting up solid, really, to me, really solid swims throughout. I mean, you make the semifinal of the 100 breast. I mean, prelims of the 50 breast. I think you were 24th, but you were like 0.12 or something away from the making semis, and then you swim on both both relays, the mixed medley and the medley. So like
Yeah.
yeah, you were going the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, the training, like trying to train in between like the mixed medley and the actual medley was a little tough because like I was so out of it. I just like kind of wanted to be done. Like I stayed training and I was like, all right, I still have one more race, so just try to do the best I can. I mean, they're not the times I wanted to go, but like after losing 15 pounds and being sick, then the times I went, I can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. What do you remember what day the mixed medley was on? And I know, I mean, the medley was day 8.
Yeah, I think the mixed medley was on day 4, I think. Yeah, day 4. Yeah,
So then you had three. So you raced pretty much the first three of
I
the
raced the
first 4
first.
days,
Yeah, yeah.
and then 3 days where you
Later.
had to stay in shape. So how did you cope with those 3 days, and what kind of stuff was Jim having you doing to stay in shape?
Um, I wouldn't say I really coped that much. I think I got outside of the hotel one of the days because like I just had to get out of the hotel because I can't be cooped up in a hotel room. But Jim was having me do like aerobic stuff, like free and back, just to like keep my base there, I guess. And then I think we did some more like pace 50s. I didn't do any more of the cord set, which is good, I guess. I don't know. I was still training alone, so I was still kind of bummed.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot. But then day 8 rolls around. Um, did you feel ready? I mean, you end up splitting 59-3 on the prelims medley. You get the job done. Certainly, US gets the number 1 seed. Did you feel ready for that race, and did that race feel at least somewhat good in the water for you?
Yeah, none of my races really felt that bad. Like even that one. I mean, they all felt pretty good. Obviously, I just didn't have my strength there. Um, I obviously I still wanted to go like at least 58 to see if I could get a spot on that finals relay. But I think it was good that I was just on the prelims because I don't know if I would have had the energy to do the finals.
Yeah. No, that did I mean in the 100 on day 1, you did prelims and then semis. Uh, After being sick, do you feel like you were able to put up a decent semi swim, just again feel wise and energy wise?
Yeah, I mean they my swims didn't feel like that much different from nationals. I think I just didn't have that muscle in there. I don't think I had the power. And obviously the endurance to hold that for the whole 100. But yeah,
What was your appetite back by the end of the meet?
yeah. But I was still eating like I think throughout the whole meet in Singapore, I was just eating pasta and noodles and pasta sauce and like maybe chicken or beef the whole time. So I was kind of just eating the same thing every day for lunch and dinner.
What was the first thing you ate when you came back?
The first thing I had was a burrito.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like what you want to eat when you're trying to get regain weight. Are you back to fighting weight?
I'm not back to the way I was before I got sick, but I think we're working there. I just
Yeah,
I gotta eat more calories than Bob's making me burn. So
that's not an easy task.
no.
I have to assume. So overall, you get back. I'm guessing you got a bit of a break and got to go home. But what was it like just reflecting on your first World Championships? Not an easy experience, obviously, but I'm guessing in hindsight, probably a pretty good one for learning and for getting experience on the international stage.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I reflected on what I could do better and what I did pretty well. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good.
What do you feel like you did well?
I have it in my notes. Or wait, I don't have it off the top of my head. I feel like I said I think I handled the challenges that came up pretty well. And then I think and then I also said I handled the training in between the mixed medley and the medley pretty well and having to stick through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly sounds like it. Do you have a favorite memory of that meet? I mean, did you get to, I'm guessing you got to interact with the team a fair amount, maybe even talk to some international swimmers that you've looked up to or seen around.
I mean, yeah, I think just hanging out with the team and seeing what, because I've always like, I mean, I've always watched the people on the team like throughout the years. So like being on the same team and just like actually hanging out with them. And when people like see like celebrities, you're like, oh, they're so cool. Then there's like normal person and they're fun to hang out with. So I think that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool that you got to have that experience and just be on the team, and
Yeah.
now you might be one of those celebrities for up and coming kids.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And so now you're getting started with your freshman season. Do you have an idea of what kind of training you'll be doing heading into this fall and winter? Are you going to be focusing on breaststroke, on IM, on some other third thing that Bob might have in the lab?
Um, I don't know yet. I mean, right now we're all training together, so we're all doing the same thing. I think I should probably sit down with Bob and probably talk about that. But I'm guessing just probably breaststroke and IM focus, probably a little more aerobic on the IM stuff, hit that 2 IM speed, and then probably just more sprint stuff with the breaststroke.
Has has anyone that you've seen in training so far surprised you? And you can say yourself.
Uh, I mean, I think last week on Wednesday we had like an IM set or like I don't know if you'd call it IM. There's IM in there, and then Baylor Nelson was going pretty quick on the. We had like 100 IMs to send with like 100 in between. I think he went like it might have been 50 or 49 on the 100 IM at the end. And I was like pretty far back. I mean, I was going the same time with him, but he he destroyed me. So I think that surprised me.
That's a pretty good one. There's so many good swimmers at Texas right now. I forget all of them.
Yeah, I that's why I was like trying to think because like everyone's doing something different on like something crazy and like the long like our long course days. I have the all like the distance swimmers destroying us and then destroying me at least. And then we get to like the quality and sprint days and the underwater days, and then we have the kick set days, and then everyone's just doing their own thing. So it's kind of crazy.
Do you feel like there's, something in practice that you're the best at? Are you good at pulling? You said you're getting better at kicking. Are you a fens guy? What's your like favorite
Um,
thing to do in practice?
I like breaststroke pull. I mean, we haven't done any yet, but I do like having that. I feel like my breaststroke pull is probably what drives my breaststroke the most. So I mean, if we do that, I'll see where I stand with the team. But I like breaststroke pull.
Yeah, nice. Um, Well, cool. Thank you, Campbell. I really appreciate you sitting down and taking the time to dissect your summer and your season. Congrats
Thank you.
on on this season, and I hope freshman year goes well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You've been listening to the Swam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take Swam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.